Hi guys, today is Tuesday. Now you see the date 13-10-2020, class 11, Tempest Act 1, scene 2, line 161, page 33. Till there we have seen, you can say, in the last class. Now we are going to see here line number 161. Okay, so here you see what is there, you can say, in 161. Here it is said by Miranda. Miranda says, wherefore did they not that hour destroy us? Wherefore did they not that hour destroy us? Now she is asking from her father Prospero, why they did not, you can say, kill us there, that time, when we were forced to go out of Milan, we were forced to leave, you can say, Milan in the middle of the night. Why they did not kill us that time? It was easy for them, easy for Antonio, Alonso and Sebastian to get us killed by their own, you can say, muscle power people, hired people, their agents and so on. Now Prospero, what Prospero says, well demanded wench. He tells her that, okay, very good question. Your question, girl, is perfectly relevant. Your question, girl, is perfectly relevant. In other words, your question is pertaining to this story. It's a very important question you have asked. My tale provokes that question. My story is such that it persuades you, it urges you to put this question to me. Dear, they durst not. Dear, they did not dare to do that. Prospero tells Miranda, they did not dare to kill us at that time in the middle of the night. Okay, so dear, the love my people bore me. My people, my subjects of here Milan, my people loved me so much that this my enemies, Antonio, Sebastian and Alonso, they did not dare to get me killed, me and you, because my people loved me so dearly. They would have objected against those people, or they would have attacked Antonio, Sebastian, Alonso, okay, by the people of, can say, Milan, by Prospero's people. Nor set a mark so bloody on the business. Now see what he says here. Our enemies did not have the courage openly to accomplish a bloody, you can say, enterprise by killing us. They did not have, you can say, here, see, courage to openly kill us that time, because my people loved me. But with the colors of fairer painted their foul ends. Okay, but see, on the contrary, what they did, they concealed their evil purposes. My enemies, Alonso, Sebastian and Antonio, they concealed their evil purposes under an attractive appearance. Under an attractive appearance. They concealed means they did not want people to see the crime. Crime was done to, you can say, Prospero and Miranda. They were forced by Antonio and Alonso and Sebastian, you can say, people in the middle of the night to leave, you can say, Milan. They were driven out of Milan in the middle of the night, and the gate of Milan was, you can say, shut. And they were taken for many miles by the, you can say, ship in the ocean. And then Prospero and Miranda were forced down to get down, you can say, in a fragile boat. And in that boat, Gonzalo, you can say, good counselor, a humble, kind, gentle, benevolent person, what he did, he had supplied all the basic requirements for, you can say, Prospero and Miranda. Okay, drinking water, linen, that is, you can say, clothes, warm clothes, and books of magic and other, you can say, equipments of magic. Alright, so what he says here, so they wanted to conceal their evil purposes in the night, so that, okay, their, you can say, evil purposes, their crime will be concealed, okay, under an attractive appearance. Under an attractive appearance, they will simply, you can say, take him, you can say, out of, you can say, Milan. People will think that, okay, Prospero is not interested, you can say, in dominating Milan, so you can say he is restricting himself, he is confined, you can say, here, he confined himself, you can say, in the library, or he is incapable of dominating. That is what people would think. Let's see here. In few, they hurried us abroad a bark. Okay, they, you can say, took us in a hurry, out of, you can say here, Milan. Okay, abroad, embark. Okay, you can say they took us, you can say here, far away by ship in the ocean. Okay, by boat, you can say a ship, and then okay, they were forced to get down, you can say in a boat, but you have boat. Bore are some leagues to sea. So they, you can say by ship, they have, by boat, they have taken, you can say, few leagues, few miles, you can say, few furlongs, you can say, on the ocean. And then Prospero and Miranda, they were forced to get down, you can say, in the boat. And they were left in the lurch. Then see here, where they prepared a rotten carcass of a butt, and there, you can say, few miles, you can say, away, okay, inside the ocean, they kept one boat, you can say, ready. That is fragile boat. And they, Prospero and Miranda, they were forced to, mainly Prospero. Miranda was, you can say, small infant, 3 or 4 years old. So they were forced, okay, to get down, you can say, in the fragile boat. A rotten carcass, okay. What seemed to be, you can say, a decayed corpse of boat, okay, decayed corpse of boat, fragile boat. Thinking that, here Antonio was thinking that, okay, this boat, you can say, will, of course, it will get capsized, or you can say it will break itself, or it will not, you can say, take Prospero to any island or to any place, they will be drowned. That is why he chose, you can say, Antonio chose fragile boat, decayed corpse of boat, okay. A rotten carcass of a butt, not rigid. Not rigid means having no equipment at all. No, you can say, mast, no, you can say, of course, rope, no anchor to control, or you can say navigate, and so on. Okay, not tackle sail, okay, with no ropes. It did not have ropes, no, you can say, required things, okay, what you can say a boat has. Sail, nor mast, sail, nor mast, nothing it had. The boat did not have, you can say, anything, because just, you can say, they were, you can say, forced to get down and left in the lurch. It depends upon their fate and luck and destiny, or you can say winds, okay, in the direction which the wind, you can say, will push, the boat will go in that direction. Now see here, the very rats instinctively have quit it. Even, you can say, rats will not, you can say, like to stay in that fragile boat, that, you can say, as a decayed corpse of boat like, okay, would have been, you can say, of course, left by the quitted, or left by the, you can say, even rats. Okay, there they hoist us, there, you can say, they put us, they forced us to get down, you can say, in that boat. Here Prospero is telling Miranda the story, how, you can say, he came, how he was, you can say, removed from or dislodged from, you can say, Milan. So he's telling Miranda, so that Miranda, you can say, in the age of 16, she has completed, you can say, 16 or 17, you can say, continues. So in that time, she has become an adolescent, and she will understand, okay, how she came to exist, or came to that island. Now see here, to cry to the sea. Okay, so here Prospero and Miranda, they were, you can say, left in the lurch, in the boat, fragile boat, to cry to the sea to get help. That roared to us, and the sea, the ocean also roared, okay, because waves, you can say, will always produce sound. So whenever, you can say, cried, the waves, you can say, roared back to Prospero, to sigh to the winds. Okay, they cried to the, Prospero cried to the winds, whose pity sang back again. And the wind, you can say, was producing sound. Okay, it had, you can say, it took pity on Prospero. Because wind, you can say, an inanimate object cannot, you can say, help, only it can help, you can say, to push, you can say, the boat, you can say, in particular direction where there will be an island. So they can land on the island, and they will keep themselves in the safe side. Okay, did thou but loving wrong. So here see, the winds, okay, they also, you can say, produce sound. In this way, whatever harm the winds and the sea did to use was done, okay. Whatever harm the winds and the sea did to us was done out of their love for us. Okay, so whatever winds and, you can say, tides, they, you can say, produced sound, and they did something to Prospero. Okay, they did all these things out of their love, out of, you can say, waves love, out of, you can say, winds love for Prospero, they produced sound. Did us what loving wrong. Okay, whatever the wrongs wrong they did. They did out of love for Prospero. The wind and tide. They did something, they produced sound, and that was done out of love for Prospero and Miranda. Now see Miranda, like what trouble was I then to you? She says here, alas, okay, oh God, I must have been, you can say here, a big problem for you. I must have been troubling, you can say, troubling you a lot. One child, one lady cannot control, you can say, a small child, you can say here, a child who is 3 years old. It's quite difficult to control, quite difficult to, you can say, take care of the child. That too in the boat, in the night, okay, and then you can say in daytime, unlimited food, limited water, no, you can say warm clothes and so on. So she says here that I must have been, you can say here, a big trouble to you, Prospero. Oh, a cherubim. He says, oh no, you have been just like, you can say here, a cherubim, an angel. Okay, you were on the contrary, an angel whose company saved me from despair and death. You have been, you can say, an angel and whose company saved me from despair and death. Okay, now see here. Now, page number 34. Thou wast that did preserve me. Okay, you were like an angel, like a cherubim, okay, who you can say, of course, supported me and saved me from death and despair. You kept smiling, and you can say your smile, your sweet smile encouraged me, and I was, you can say, prepared. I was encouraged to face any kind of problem, a strong wind, or you can say howling sound. Okay, I was supported, I was helped by, you can say, your smile. I was able to face all sorts of problems just because you kept smiling. Thou didst smile infused with a fortitude from heaven. When I have decked the sea with drops full salt, under my burden, you can say, a groaned. Now she says, when you can say, I was, you can say, shedding tears in the ocean, that time your smile, of course, helped me a lot. Here, infused with a fortitude from heaven. Okay, you with courage, okay, you see, you kept smiling. You kept smiling because heaven inspired you. You kept smiling because heaven, God inspired you with courage and the spirit of endurance. So the spirit of endurance and courage, all these things were inspired by heaven, God. Then say here, when I have decked the sea. Now see here, I was at that time sprinkling the sea with tears. In other words, I was shedding tears, you can say, in the ocean, which were saltish, you can say, in taste. My tears were also, you can say, salty, you can say, in taste, like the sea water itself. Like the sea water itself, my tears were also, you can say, salty, and I was shedding tears, you can say, in the ocean. So when I have decked the sea with drops full salt, I was shedding tears, you can say, in the ocean. Under my burden groaned. Then you can say, he says here, I was groaning under the heavy weight of my sorrow and grief. Okay, because of, you can say here, heavy sorrow and grief in my heart, I was, you can say here, groaning. So in other words, I was groaning under the heavy weight of my sorrow and grief. Then see what he says here, and undergoing a stomach, okay, which raised in me and undergoing a stomach. Now you can say, it says here, your smile raised my, you can say, sinking spirits. It is just because you were smiling, I was encouraged, and it raised, you can say here, my sinking spirits. Gave me the necessary courage. Your smile, Miranda, gave me the necessary courage to face the coming misfortunes. To face, you can say here, any kind of misfortunes or coming misfortunes in the ocean. Now Miranda, how came we ashore? Now she is asking, how came we ashore? She is asking, how did we manage to arrive on the sea coast? She is asking, how did we manage to arrive on the sea coast? How came we ashore? Now Prospero, what Prospero says here? By providence divine, he says, by God's grace. God was, you can say, in favor of us. God was supporting us. So we reached here, this sea coast. Some food we had some food. And some fresh water also we had. That noble Napoleon Gonzalo, okay, that Naples, Napoleon, So, which a good, you can say, hearted, you can say, of course, a good hearted, a noble person, full of good qualities. A noble means full of good qualities. So, Gonzalo can say he is a noble person. So, that a noble Napoleon, okay, which a good hearted, you can say, Napoleon, called, you can say, Gonzalo, had given us out of kindness of his, you can say, of course, nature. Out of kindness of his nature, he had given us this soft water, drinking water, and yes, some food and some linen, some books. Okay, he had supplied from Prospero's library. Now see here, out of his charity, okay. Now see here, kindness, you can say, of his nature was such that, okay, he helped us, he gave us water, food, clothes, linen, clothes, warm clothes, and books of magic he kept beforehand without letting Antonio know about this. Now see here, master of this design. Now see here, out of his charity, who being then appointed. Okay, now see, he was, you can say here, appointed that time deputy. He was deputed for this work to, you can say, keep the boat ready, and Prospero and Miranda will be taken out of Milan. Okay, so he was deputed. He was, you can say, made and in charge. Master of this design. Okay, to carry out their whole plan. To carry out their whole plan. Their whole plan means Antonio, Sebastian, and Alonso, you can say here, whole plan to carry out. Gonzalo was, you can say, made and in charge. He was deputed for that work. Did give us. So Gonzalo, you can say, gave us soft water, clothes, books of magic, and so on. With rich garments, clothes, linen, warm clothes, stuffs, miscellaneous articles which were required, you can say, by me, you can say, in the boat, on the ocean, in the night, and necessaries which since I have stated much, and necessaries which have been, you can say, proving immensely useful to us since that time. So all those, you can see here, necessary things were, of course, quite, you can say, useful, proving immensely useful to us since that time. Since, okay, he kept there, since, you can say, we were put in the boat by force. So of his, you can say, gentleness. So of his gentleness. So you can say of his kindness. Gonzalo, you can say, kindness. Knowing I loved my books. So he knew that. Gonzalo knew that Prospero loved, you can say here, books and books of magic and so on. He furnished me from my own library. He supplied, you can say, those books of magic, books of metaphysics, books, you can say, about supernatural power. Gonzalo, all, you can say, supplied in that boat. He kept in that boat beforehand. Okay, from my own library, with volumes that I prize above my dukedom, which I value, which, you can say, I value more than my dukedom. So books, okay, I value more than my dukedom, and those books were supplied to the, you can say, boat for me by Gonzalo. Now see here, Miranda says here, would I might but ever see that man. Now she says, I wish that I can say, I wish I could see that man. See, I wish that I could see that man, Gonzalo, if and when possible. If and when possible, I wish to see that man called Gonzalo, Prospero. What Prospero says. Now I arise. He says, now you can say, I arise, I stand up. Okay, resumes his mantle. He resumes, he takes, you can say, his mantle, his dress. Sit still. He tells Miranda to sit still and hear the last of our sea sorrow. And you listen to me, the story about the last part, you can say, of our sorrow, okay, on the ocean when we were in the boat. Here in this island we arrived. We arrived by boat on this island. And here have I. And on this island, I, thy schoolmaster, I have been, you can say here, not only your father, but I have been also, you can say, your schoolmaster. Made me more profit, and I have, you can say here, made you can say here, learned a lot. Okay, you have learned more from me than, you can say here, other princes, okay, are generally taught. So as a duke, I have taught, you can say, my daughter Miranda more than, you can say A princess, a princess will be taught, you can say, generally at home by, you can say, a tutor. Then say, then other princes can, then other princes are benefited by teaching from a tutor. That have more time, they have more time to teach. But I had, you can say, of course, not that much time. I had to do some other work also. I was not, you can say, here. Just I was, you can say, your father, so I have taught you more than, you can say, a tutor. That have more time. Those tutors have more time, yet I have taught more than the tutor. For vainer hours, okay, they have more time and they use it, they have useless activities. They waste their time more. And tutors not so careful. And tutors are, you can say, not that careful about the way in which they would utilize their time. They are not, not more careful about the way they teach and use their time. So we stop here for today, only this much. Study, enjoy also. Till that time, goodbye.